Hey, what is up, everybody? Monkey. Work. I'm glad my opponent has shown up. Meta, dreaming past. You don't think this will get past zone 4? I guarantee it gets to at least zone 5. So you take that back right now. See, Coop believes in us. Zone 6, right there. I like it. I like it. And then, yeah, we're sharing. So Work is streaming this too. If you want to see that side of it, which I think would probably be a lot of fun, especially when he's doing the boss fights. And just to see what he's up to. He's, for those who don't know him, an excellent player. And I think this is one of the few people that was in the Incursion tournament that can't claim that I have a roster advantage. What do we agree? Do we agree with that?
It's slight.
A slight.
There are very few people over whom you don't have something of an advantage.
All right, all right. And so for those who don't know, this is DLL on the call. I'm sure you're familiar with him from my streams. And then work in progress. Anything special you want the audience to know or know about you, Work?
No, I'm just gonna try and fumble my way through this yet again.
All
See
right.
if I can not completely embarrass myself.
All right, you and me both. And with that sense of humor, I could swear I'm with Billy right now. That's the thing, with that sense of humor. So let's have some fun with it. For those who aren't familiar with the setup, Work and I will technically be on the same team as we go through the incursions. But in reality, with the way this is being played, we're actually going to try to make this harder on each other, more difficult on each other. And we're trying to knock each other out so that we don't have any other champions alive. And you'll kind of get a sense of the rules as we work our way through it. Work, are we? I don't know if we're in-game friends. Do you have the ability to invite me?
I don't think we are, but let's see real quick. I can just go from the.
We'll see if my mojo bleeds over onto y'all in any way, because there's something about this Sabotage format. Like, Dreamin' and I made it to, what, 12? But that was by far the furthest. Like, I won most of mine other than that, obviously, but Vega, I think, where did we get to? Did we get to zone 9?
It was zone 9 or 8.
Okay. If it was 9, that was the second longest I went. Like, all of my wins other than that were, like, weirdly early.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coop was joking. I think Dreamin' was serious, but some very good players have gotten knocked out in like room 4 or 5. It has the ability for that to happen. Dreamin' carried you to 12. DLL, come on. Yeah, come on now, Dreamin'. Come on.
There were some other people there, dude.
Yeah. We're starting to get away from facts. RR, what's up, buddy? Condi Burger, what's up? Thanks for stopping by.
So modest all the time.
Did you see he completely forgot? I was like, that maw, and he goes, what maw? I was like, the one you wiped to. I think he just blocked it. It's like a trauma response.
Uh,
Man, all that blue. It's like you got a graphical update to the game. I didn't.
I don't know where to start with these.
Same here. So the only time I've done this format was that one run with DLL, and I know, I mean, I would have lost anyway. So I want to make this clear. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I really did not approach it, I think, in a smart way. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to make the same mistake again.
Yeah, I think I definitely screwed myself against both Duster and Lizer. And waited a bit too long to start bringing in people.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
Well, especially because you guys both do have pretty serious advantages. I mean, I lost because, whether I timed it wrong or whatever, for whatever reason, I just, I tried to parry counter with Elsa, and it did not work, and I died instantly. But, if I had made it further, I was already feeling like, I think almost every single person I banned from B Manny's team, he just brought in another version of them. It was starting to get old.
I think I still have suicides on from AQ. I'm gonna have to change that real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Is feel free to change masteries. I know that if I feel like I it'll help me, I will too. Which actually I should check what I'm even running right now. I tend to just do whatever I need to maximize my current war fight, and as a result, why can't...
Man, I really wonder sometimes about the alternate universe where I did try and mess with Dream in the way everybody wanted me to, and died intentionally with like 27% left on the Tigra, with him having a rank 3 Corvus ready. Everyone would have called me so stupid for taking that bet if he had cleared. Oh well, people enjoy their memes.
Yeah, they do. They do. There'll be another tournament. I think that the next tournament's going to start. Do we have any? Oh, Condi Burger, that is disappointing. But yeah, dude, that is cool. I'm very excited for that, and you did get that right, so that was awesome. And then, do we have any links for the Final Four? So there is an actual tournament that's been going on too, and that'd be cool to get those linked and kind of talked about a little bit. And then work totally up to you. Do you want left side, right side, and do you want even or odd?
I really don't care at all. I'll go left, and I guess evens.
Okay, cool.
Dreamin', are you gonna stream against B Manny? Tonight. Okay. And then Celise and PWF Sunday.
Those are going to be really good.
Should be good matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I assume they're being streamed.
Me and Celise will go next weekend.
Wow.
You might be right. We'll see. PWF in the chat. I will say, from facing the two of you, Dreamin', you and Manny felt similar. Like handled similar things.
Just I would think B Manny doesn't really talk smack though, does he?
I mean, we were also using in-game chat. I don't think Dreamin' would have bothered to talk smack if we were doing that.
Oh,
Yeah, probably would have.
got it.
B-Manny did throw one shade at me because early on I had the advantage and he was down a little bit in health. And so the first time I got hit by something, he made a comment about a chink in the armor showing. And then he got that aspect of war into it. The rest is history. Dreamman says no, it's a hassle. That's a bummer. Those would be good matches.
Those would be good matches. I think it's confusing. Why don't you get like a third or fourth person in there, and so you don't really need to pay attention to the chat. You can have someone else do it. It's I think it's a fun watch. That's part of why I'm enjoying doing this. Is I think it's
bring me in since I lost to both of you.
Yeah, get DLL. I'm sure he'll be very fair to you, Dreamin'. I'm sure he'll be very fair.
Nah, I like Dreamin'.
I really hate changing mastery so much.
Yeah, I don't know if did y'all get the survey for the UI survey? I think this last week. Yeah, that was one of the biggest things I said was masteries and small energy refills are just the silliest thing in the world.
Yeah, I repeated the mastery thing in every single spot they would let me. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I still hate your mastery system.
Was there any option to say, like, could you make them free to change?
It was just about the user interface, so not this time, but I think I said something about it anyway.
Yeah. Do you have any extra comments?
Oh, I did make some shady comment about like the long promised rework.
Yeah. PWF and DAP went to room 13. That's amazing.
That is really impressive with how scary those nodes can get.
Dreamin', so I'm obviously a little farther back in the chat, but Dreamin', so does that mean if you and I had faced each other, I had the concussion, so I wasn't able to actually face you. Would that mean that you would have been not motivated at all because you like me so much? Because that's how I'm interpreting that statement.
The ultimate game of cat versus dog.
Yeah. And then Delithius, B-Manny smack talks if he knows you and likes you or hates you or needs to entertain. So you're really covering your bases there.
I have a joke there, but it's mildly political, so I'll just tell one of y'all later.
Oh, dreaming. I'd have a chance, dude. With RNG, it's like what I said. I think I'm going to continue to run these, and DLL and Work have been nice enough to say they're willing to do it. I think I have like a 3 out of 10. I think if we run them 10 times and we all goes according to plan, we will. I bet I win 3. Just because of RNG being what it is, and people make mistakes. So that's what I'm shooting at. I'd put myself at a 3 out of 10 versus you two, Dreamin'. That's what I think. Maybe 2.5. Arrow, what's up? Hopefully you're enjoying this content. We're getting started, and if you're not familiar with it, we are actually trying to make the run harder on each other as opposed to working as a team. It's the exact opposite, and seeing who can get knocked out first. Lizer had 0 chance. Lizer's an amazing player. I enjoy her war videos very much, but my sense is that her roster is a bit limited. Is that correct? That's my sense. And when I say limited, I mean limited for an AQ top 10 or top 20 Masters level line. Yeah, relatively speaking. She clearly has no trouble clearing content or anything like that.
Lizers.
Yeah. I was aware of Lizer before I joined For Loki, quite a bit before, actually, and really enjoyed her war videos, the detailed analysis. And I always enjoy when she's like going over the defense, and she'll be like, okay, this placement makes no sense at all. I have no idea what they were thinking.
I'm sure there'd be a lot of that.
That should have been my first clue that her and Dreamin' were actually friends. I don't know why it took me so long to catch on to that.
We had somebody the other day. They placed Hyperion on the that power struggle node in tier 1 on the left side. It just made no sense at all. Because every time he gets a bar of power, or you get a bar of power, if you're even moderately competent, the Furies never stack.
Sorry, I just realized I have aspect of death, so I am not going to be talking.
Oh god, yeah. Especially yeah. I blocked her on Twitter. Jesus. General Maddox says that with Vega's help, he was able to beat the Grandmaster yesterday. Now I'm working on 100% X 7.1, then waiting for X 7.2. Congrats, man. That Grandmaster fight was a lot of fun.
Ooh, I almost had a little trouble there.
Yeah, he was not throwing for a bit. You know what I thought was funny in reading? I think it was the spotlight for Civil Warrior. One of the devs wrote in that they particularly like setting up the power lock and then using backdraft intercepts, and that made me chuckle a little bit, given the changes to AI in certain places.
Sorry, I wasn't actually able to pay attention to that. The Ant-Man actually concerned me a little bit there. Am I taking this boss, or I couldn't remember if you said even or odd work?
Yeah, I was taking evens.
Okay.
The Mandalorian shows up with the hashtag KT raid. Oh, there's another one.
Oh,
Looks
dude.
like we got a few.
Thank you so
hey,
much.
Mega Farts.
Mando, Ben, thank you. Mega, what's up, brother? Thank you so much, everybody. And Maddox, that is awesome to hear. And yeah, dude, I love the communications and the interaction. So that is awesome to hear. Congratulations on that.
Anyone in the chat particularly excited about any of these recent reworks? I realized I've actually spent tier 5 basic on everyone but Civil Warrior out of them. I have 3 of them at either rank 2 as 6 stars or rank 5 as 5 stars.
I think Massacre's the one that I've got Sakura, whatever it is, that I have ranked. Got Angela at rank 4 and Duke 6-star, and I actually don't have a 6-star Civil Warrior.
Yeah. I'm sure I have him as a 5-star, but it's probably like rank 2 or something.
Yeah, I think mine's either 2 or 3.
Massacre's definitely going to be a lot better. I think it was you who pointed out that the charges last twice as long. That's going to be so much more helpful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I did see somebody claiming that he was going to be like a top 20 overall champ, though, and I don't know about that. Because the only new ability he got was the Disorient, right?
What was on his special one already? I always forget what the debuff.
I think it was just the bleed before.
No, he had something else that he applied as well. It almost looked like a power sting, but it wasn't a power sting.
Oh, maybe he did have Disorient or something.
Yeah, I think.
In which case,
I think they changed like the either the potency and or the duration of it, though.
Yeah, actually, let me check and see if Aunt May's updated yet. That might work.
It probably won't be because he pulls all the raw data after the updates.
Yeah, he did have Disorient.
Oh, yeah, as far as beforehand, yeah.
Okay, so he has no new actual abilities, no utility that he didn't. Yeah, I mean, he'll be a lot more fun to use. A mutual friend of Vega's and mine, Emon from the old days, when he first came out, because Emon was particularly good at shallow intercepts, or sorry, shallow backdrafts, and so he would take Massacre against Thing bosses, and it was just fantastic. And it would be a lot easier to do that now.
Who am I
but you have to
pull in Vega?
Let's remove Captain Marvel.
Alrighty. That didn't take long.
No. And thanks for the raid, KT. I'm really excited about it. I'm sure a lot of you will catch on to what we're doing here. We're trying to actually make this run more difficult on each other. We're trying to knock each other out. Metal Sonic Dude, what is going on? Duke, what's up, buddy? Thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah, it was an interesting war. It was an interesting war, that's for sure. I'm particularly excited by or intrigued by the Masakure buff. My question is does he get like a full? Is there the way to get a full ability accuracy reduction on there though? But I mean by full is 100%. I've been with my kids all day. That's why I didn't have a morning stream. And so I haven't really got to read it.
It's the same that he already had.
Okay.
Which is that. Where is that? When he's blocked, opponents have 50% reduced defensive ability accuracy as long as they are under any debuff. And since his special one places that Disorient, which reduces defensive ability accuracy by 50% and is a debuff, He has had and will continue to have the ability to completely shut off defensive abilities, but only while the opponent is blocking.
So what does that do with auto block? Can you get around auto block with that then?
I believe it does get around to auto block. It's been a while since I've used him seriously. Maybe somebody in the chat can confirm that, but I believe it does.
Yeah. I feel like I recall that too. I can't, and I'm wondering if I wanted it to be the case.
It would at least mean you wouldn't get parried.
I still think Sakura is going to be a bit light on utility, but
Yeah.
if you like using him already, or bring him with the domino teams, he'll be a lot easier to use when you don't necessarily need specific abilities.
Agreed.
I'm looking forward to it. I like using it.
Yeah. And he's one of the ones that has that cosmic skill synergy with Mr. Fantastic, so that might give me personally another reason to use him.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is pretty cool. I have them at an unusually high sig for a 6-star champion that I haven't put 6 stones into. I think I'm having like sig 120. And of course, that Domino team is so cool. So I'm particularly interested in his. I know there's a lot of hype around the Silver Warrior one with his potential damage now.
Yeah. Oh, Angela is also one of the cosmics. I'm going to start using them with Reed more. That'll be fun.
Angela definitely looks pretty good.
Yeah, Angela should be a lot stronger, both with what she already has and the ability to pause buffs on her while hitting. That'll be fun. Monkey, yeah, I'm pretty sure the parry mastery... Well, I'm very sure the parry mastery is a defensive ability, so yeah, that should work. As for top 10 skill, I don't... Let me...
That's not that hard of a group to break into.
Right, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Where's Vega's last one?
And I know that I think part of it is because there's so much what's the right term? I think if you ask people for their top 10, you're going to get a lot of different answers on it. I don't think it's as cut and dry. I don't think it's cut and dry on any of the classes, but I think in skill in particular, as you get past those top 3 or 4, there's a lot of change over there based on what people like and who they enjoy and things.
Yeah.
Pretty steep cliff when it comes to the skill class.
Yeah, there really is.
Right.
And I think I'm one of the people, I'm not totally sure I remember where you guys land on this. I like Aegon. Like, I think Aegon's fine for questing, or he's usable enough for, so.
I used him a fair amount in Act 6, especially for some of the stuff for like removing buffs. Basically, if you have even one fight to set him up without him like dying instantly, he can be pretty useful.
And then Benito, you know what? I want to check out the Hood. I'm particularly interested in him too. I enjoyed playing him, but it was more of like a fun character I enjoyed. I didn't take him as seriously. And one of the things I really wanted was his invisibility to be 100%, as far as the mist that was potentially to come off of that. So in a very selfish way, I'm very excited about testing out this buff. However, in listening to a lot of people in the community, they're saying like, no, we really utilized his SB2, and I think it's the Hex that comes off of it. There was a champion that they ranked up for that specific reason. So while it doesn't affect me because that wasn't how I used him, and I do have a large roster, I think that really sucks for a lot of people who specifically ranked him up for that reason. So I don't know. I think that's one that's going to probably be controversial for quite a while.
Yeah, I feel very strongly that he is not bad, actually. I think that he was upgraded in literally every single way but that one. Because because like now his his staggers on the crits are more reliable. They moved the stun immunity and power steal from the cooldown on his invisibility, which made no sense because the whole point was to try and keep it up to his actual invisibility. So there's a much better synergy there now. He actually, depending on the node and how things work, you could have a 100% uptime on his invisibility, which also means if he's duped, you have a 100% uptime on stun immunity. And without needing to die, he would be one of the best options for encroaching stun or anything else like that.
Yeah, and he's got some new synergies there, right? Too, that increase like his damage and invisible, and I think increase the duration of it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe so.
And it looks like you can it's all based. If I read it correctly, and I'll admit I was reading it quick. I was with my kids. It's all attacks miss now. It's not just projectiles.
Let's pull AA Vega.
I was hoping I could just talk right through that, and you wouldn't. That almost worked. It almost worked. All right, that's all right.
The biggest problem is 100% that he will no longer have any ability to remove any buffs that do get up and rolling.
Right, that's a problem.
Yeah, as I've been playing a lot of Tigra lately, and she shares that weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'd be a bummer, especially since both of them are like, mischamps that are particularly good against certain specials. It's kind of weird that both of them lost their active nullify. Because normally they try and build champions a little bit different when they do something like that. Yeah, Jacob, I don't know, because I feel like it is an unnecessary loss as well, but apparently the devs just thought he was too strong leaving it in. I don't know.
Which is silly.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather they have kept that and like, I don't know, put a lower limit on his new ammo or something. Like, bring down the ceiling on how much damage he can do and leave that in. Like, why wouldn't that have been an easier way to tweak things that would just be an unadulterated buff?
I'm not buying there. He'd be too strong if they left the Fate Seal in there at all.
Yeah, well, they also thought that Sentry and Carnage were going to be too strong as they originally are, and then they like rebuffed them, and both of them are okay now. I don't really buy it.
Yeah, Carnage is far better than Sentry.
Yeah.
Currently, I think.
But he's still, he has a clear ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Sai Patel asks how many 6-star rank 3s do you have? Are you up to 30 now, Vega, or past that?
No, 6-star rank 3s?
Yeah.
I think it was 21. I think when I ranked up Corvus and Ghost, it was 20 and 21, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. I was at the wrong threshold.
It might be 20 and 22. It's a fairly recent video. I've been on a lot of vacation and stuff lately, so I haven't been getting out as much stuff.
Yeah, Jacob's spelling out the how the miss works, which it starts at 120% chance to miss and goes down with each miss by 20, so you're guaranteed to yeah. But that's actually incredible, because anybody who's like taken certain fights, I mean, against somebody like Apocalypse or Annihilus, or even the new Scroll L2, or in the Abyss, the Collector's L1, like all of those, the problem is not usually that you get hit by the whole thing because you failed dodging the whole thing. It's because you dodge like 2 or 3 hits, get hit by one, and then the built-in stun chance in each individual hit means you take the rest of the special.
Yep.
Having 2 freebies on every special, if you... Yeah, like that's absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure that you could safely get out of the Collector's L1 that way.
Hey, and Work, you have every right to say that this is not a fair question. But so when DNL did our run, I remember this node came up, and I specifically brought in a poison immune attacker for it because the way I was
have to unless you get hit. As long as you don't get hit, you'll place poisons, but you won't get poisoned.
So it's not that, because what I was reading as is when I, as the attacker, hit, there's a 20% chance for me to get a poison.
No, it's a 20% chance for you to place a poison.
Got it. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Good to know.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the same node that's in the Cabby queue, isn't it?
I think so.
I got to pay more attention to that because I just, scroll through that stuff. And I probably brought in a poison attacker because I thought it'd be fun.
No, it's not. Actually, I don't know. I don't remember. I wasn't a big fan of the science quest.
Yeah. But I was actually thinking about, because I take encroaching stun in war with some frequency, and I was thinking about how there are certain nodes or certain defenders where he'd actually be very good, because that node also has power reserve, and you can just back up and block to start the invisibility. So you could be stun immune and have power steal up for the entire fight.
I don't like what they did with this power steal either.
Yeah, I don't really either, because you can run out of it. I would rather they have just left it as mediums have a chance to power steal, period.
And they increased the amount of power you get, but decreased the chance to do it, which still, that doesn't help manage the opponent power.
No,
So,
it's
like,
actually...
even if you're getting more power, they're still keeping more power.
Yeah, and that's actually a huge... 45% chance to steal at Sig 200 is not awesome.
No, it is not.
Because, I mean, you guys know that I'm a big fan of Winter Soldier. I will fight people over the fact that with Killmonger, he is actually better than Star-Lord for most of the same fights. But I say that acting as though his power steal isn't even there. Because you just cannot rely on it.
Right.
And when it triggers, it's amazing. Like, I mean, I have a rank 5 Winter Soldier. He usually steals, like, I think he's like Sig 80 or 100. He steals like almost a full bar. But, ugh. Hi, Meta. Meta says, why do I hear DLL? Did he invite himself to this party? When Vega faced Cam, I think it was me and FaZe on the call. And he just decided that he liked the extra flexibility of, like, see, work and I can entertain ourselves while Vega's fighting, or vice versa. I don't know why my mouth stopped working in the middle of that.
Same reason my thumb stops working in the middle of fights. It's just the way it is.
That's always the best.
Yeah.
I'm never running for office, that's for sure.
Keep getting good stuff in early room.
I feel like
So meta Winter Soldier would be slightly more reliable with the Quake and Black Widow team for ability accuracy, which I was actually specifically actually, isn't it Quake and Hawkeye for the global ability accuracy? I'm gonna check on that. I was actually wondering about that for Hood as well, because it would make both his power steal, it would make his power steal better, and I think it would also give him one more free miss, which would be pretty incredible. Where is that? Quake.
hold on, I gotta it's time to remove. Yeah, let's just get rid of Captain Marvel.
Did not see that coming at all.
I saw a blue border and I was like, that's the target. Let's get rid of her.
Oh yeah, Quake Hawkeye is 10%, so that wouldn't give you another miss. Not necessarily, but it would mean the third one has a 90% chance in case you feel like rolling the dice.
Thanks, Jacob. Sorry, I got a second here, so I'm reading a little chat. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate that. What's up, that one guy? Thanks for stopping by. And all right, yeah, cool. All right, I'll jump back in this.
The Black Widow synergy is actually stronger meta, but it only applies to Quake and Black Widow. It doesn't apply to the rest of the team. But yeah, even with that synergy team, Winter Soldier still isn't reliable because it's still only on crits. And if you're banking on it, you'll just go 20 hits without critting.
Okay.
Yeah, Jacob, if it applied to the whole team, it'd be incredibly powerful. 15% ability accuracy for everyone is hard to overstate. I mean, we've seen how much 30 does with Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, and like when I was talking about, I want to say it was Vegas Discord about Domino as a horseman with Warlock and Sunspot. Special ability accuracy synergy. Like she actually crit bleeds pretty reliably.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me. I guess I don't really use Domino that much, but I thought I thought the crit bleed was just based off of like, it was like a chance to crit. It wasn't something that could be boosted.
I don't know. Yeah, I got, like, I usually get anywhere between at least like 50% to like 4 out of 4 like crit bleeds on a Winter Soldier fight, just playing around with her.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Domino's bleed abilities, quote, have a chance to benefit from her critical damage bonuses equal to her critical chance, which means that it is not calculated as a crit. It's just that the base chance is equal to her critical chance. It makes sense then why it gets boosted. Well, cool.
It's fun. Not terribly useful for anything meaningful, but it's still fun.
Yeah. She gets scary bleeds. To be able to do it reliably is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Meta's a huge Domino fan. He's constantly talking in various chats that I'm in about how people underestimate her now just because she's not like the go-to mutant. He's also kind of joking because there was a miscommunication yesterday. Man, do you guys remember when Cosmic Spidey's evade used to be a buff, and so he was one of the weakest champs in the game because against Mystics he would just be gone all the time?
Mm-hmm. He was actually my first rank 4 5-star.
Wow.
I had a T2A expire already, and I couldn't bear to lose another one, and my 5 stars were just absolutely abysmal at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, well, this is the best guy I got, so...
All in on that L2 crit.
Yeah, basically. And then we ended up getting ranked down tickets for, I don't remember if it was 12.0 or Christmas or something, and I took him down and brought Angela to rank 4, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, Meta, out of curiosity, are you talking about Domino just in general, or with her her full team there, with Rolk and Masacre? Oh, I thought I was going to take this boss. I got to write this stuff down.
This is mine, right? Yeah.
No, it definitely is. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't trying to throw you off there, too. I see you're actually in fight. Back, and this is back, like, I had literally no idea what I was doing. I loved Cosmic Spidey for Arena. For some reason, like, he was a champion. I felt like he crit enough, so he would, like, help me win fights. Him, and I liked OG Daredevil. Because he had, I think there was, like, the stun. There was, like, certain champions that I liked, and my reasons were just so ridiculous. Because I just had no idea what was going on. And I loved Gilly because of her ability to heal reversal, because everyone had willpower. And so like that was how I could potentially win a fight that otherwise I'd have no chance of winning.
You were just like that Marge Simpson meme all the time.
Mhm.
I just think they're nice.
I kind of am still that way, but more with people.
Yeah. I'm still that way with some champions. I still want to dupe Nova. I know people think that's crazy.
I could see him getting a buff though.
Yeah, I think he almost definitely will get a buff. If Angela got a buff, Nova's getting a buff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when. But I kind of want to play around with him even as he is, because I need a Cosmic Prestige rank, and I suspect that he is, while not a top option necessarily, I suspect he's a lot better than he gets credit for because nobody ever has him at high sig. And his abilities are very clearly built around having him at high sig. I've mentioned this before. It's kind of like if hype actually scaled as opposed to just reaching maximum effectiveness at sig 20.
Go ahead and pull that Warlock.
All right.
Ooh, AQ ended today. I might be able to rank 3 my Warlock.
I want a Warlock.
He's great. I got 2 of them. Highly recommend it.
I've got the 5-star, but I don't even count them anymore.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of embarrassing. On my last Abyss run, I had heard from everyone that Warlock was really good for Havoc, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so without thinking, I entered Abyss, got there, looked up the fight, and then realized, oh, duped Warlock. I had just brought my 6-star because he had a higher attack value.
Ooh.
I mean, I still 2-shot it both times, so like it was fine. I mean, I wasn't gonna run suicides and max boosts anyway, so I likely would have needed a revive as it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I worked really hard for those 50% because they were like exactly 2 shots. I think the first one I actually had about 20,000 health left when I ran out of charges, and so I finished it off with my 345 Heimdall. Ooh, Meta says I need 4% of a T5C to R3 Guardian. That'll be fun.
I do enjoy Guardian.
I saw they gave Angela the ability to parry non-contact attacks against non-mystics. That's going to be fun.
What are forget it. I'll ask this question in a minute instead.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting slightly better at the strategy of this, but there's still a lot of mistakes I'm making, and I realize them too late. But
It's complicated.
Yeah, but there's lots there. There's a lot of little ways to get a little bit of an advantage, I think. Oh, do we have what the specials are for the mutant Ultron?
The mutant is Electro. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him up.
Contests Eclipso says 5-star Warlock is still better than the 6-star at rank 2. 8% attack doesn't make up for the power gain on a champion built for L2. I see your point. I don't... And I use the 5-star a lot. I think it kind of depends on the fight, because Warlock is also built very much on blocking, right? Because so much of his kit is built around well-timed blocks. And the 6-star has Adrenaline, which means that his block proficiency is effectively much, much higher, and he has extra health to deal with it. So, while I see your point about damage versus power gain, you really can't underestimate Adrenaline. I believe you on who kills Winter Soldier first. but I don't think that that's necessarily applicable to other content. Like, actually, I know somebody who took the Havoc and Abyss with a duped 5-star Warlock, so they should have been doing more damage, and they had more trouble because they were losing health faster relative to me with Adrenaline.
So I was wondering if Dreamin' was going to show back up. We look at that in your face, Dreamin'. Zone 5 and looking strong. All right. So you take that.
And he offered to be magnanimous and fight you too.
The magnanimitude. Is that how you say it? Magnanimitude? What movie is that from?
Magnanimity?
I can't remember what movie that's from.
Oh, it's a miss. I haven't seen that one.
Good old aspect of it.
Ah, yes. The classic everything slowly stops working. Well, the 3 million health pool on Abyss Havoc is rare, but using Warlock to parry a lot is not. I don't know. I still think it can go both ways depending on who you're fighting. I pick one over the other depending on the fights. Meta, that's just how it happens, man. With T5CC, like, it's so random. It took me so long to finally form that skill for Killmonger. I think in the time I formed my first skill, well, I pulled a mutant, but I think I also formed a 1.9 mutants and like 1.7 science.
I'm an idiot. I messed up my own. Don't worry about Dex. Yeah, it'll all be okay.
Don't worry about Dex as long as you do the thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I just messed it up. Oh well. I will live.
And they gave you a regen to say sorry.
They should be sorry. This is their fault.
Cosmic has been by far my worst for T5CC.
Yeah. I mean, we're relatively lucky in that. Skill for me and Cosmic for you, those have been classes where there are some advantages to it taking longer, but at the same time, it's still frustrating if you have someone.
Yeah, I started off doing Cosmic rank 3s with Corvus, CMM, and Surfer all ready to go.
Woof.
So no, it wasn't that great.
Well, if you don't have the big three, no, I had the big three. Oh.
I had all 3 of them. Rank 2, ready to go.
Nothing I can do about that.
Because I had both Marvel and Surfer unduped at rank 2 when I finished Abyss. I went for Cosmic, and I just needed to get one of the 2 because I had a Cosmic Awakening gem for the other. Ended up getting Surfer, duped him, used my gem on Marvel, and then ended up taking her up with my first Cosmic Cat, which took forever to form.
Yeah. I still don't know which class I'm going to pick from Abyss. It's such a complicated decision.
It was fairly straightforward for me at the time, fortunately. I basically had just about everybody else I needed.
Yeah, what you laid out sounds pretty good.
Like I had Namor duped and already high sig at the time. I had Doom was already duped. As far as like prestige stuff, that was already handled. Also, like my use champs, I had already. So, ooh.
Dreamin', that's your fault for making me laugh.
You're not supposed to read chat while you play.
Well, that fight's so easy that I have no excuse for that. So, work, you go in now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even pay any attention to that fight. I just assumed you were declared.
Yeah. I Dreamin' made me laugh here. And I had a witty comeback ready to go and everything.
I thought he was kidding, and then I went and looked for you in the leaderboard.
Yeah. Now my witty comeback's not even going to be funny. Yeah, I know, but it was going to be funny, and now I'm sad. Oh man.
I'll just do this.
Solid fight right there. You liked it? Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good.
Yeah, Meta. Meta was the one who was saying that he thinks the Abyss Nexus gets worse with time because the pools get larger. There is an argument to that for sure. Oh, the side event this next month, it involves Uru fragments. I can feel the memes coming already. And you can get a god tier title. Well, at least they're leaning into the memes.
Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and take that Corvus out of there.
Yeah, Eclipso. See, I was thinking Mystic for a long time, but like I don't feel the need to awaken Claire because I'm not going to feed her for prestige. I have Tigra and I have a Mystic Awakening gem, and I'm not likely to get more stones than would feed Tigra anytime soon. So, Mystic, I mean, yeah, I could go for Doom, but then that's a really top-loaded class, because I also have that long shot waiting. I'll probably go Mutant, just because I have so many T5CC, and it's a great class. I wouldn't mind taking up an unduped Mutant. Yeah, Paul says Mutant. But it's so dependent on your roster.
Work, you said Corvus, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Meta asks if the rewards are any good for the side event because he doesn't feel like watching any vids. You know you can read, right? I'll check that out, Eclipso. Pull that up. I've also had Claire for quite a long time as both a SIG 200 5-star and as an unduped 6-star. I've probably tried whatever it is.
Wait, hold on. I've made a mistake. I want to make sure I do this right. If I hit the little circle arrow, that will remove what I just did, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because you accidentally replaced somebody other than Corvus.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what you just said is kind of what I suspected, Eclipso. That's a very common misconception. Claire's awakened ability is not what doubles her stances. The only thing her awakened ability does is make it so that if she's reduced to 0 while Death Touch is active, she heals a bit. She gets the double stance thing unawakened.
Yeah, that's just in her special 3 regardless, right?
Yeah, you have all of that utility. Like I've used my unduped Claire to do the Mephisto cycle cheats.
I had that argument with somebody in Katie's Discord one day, and they kept on and kept on and kept on, and fortunately they continued to spam in there enough that I got to ban them later. I was like, oh, you have not learned. Get to go.
Yeah.
Probably should have looked at the boss. Would have been a good idea. Today, I guess, is Aspect of Evolution Day.
Okay, what you're describing there, Eclipso, sounds like a bug, though. And to me, that says that that's something that would get removed in a future patch. As a general policy, I don't build my account decisions around abilities that don't exist in the text. Because I just feel like it's asking for Kabam to take it away from me, and I like my toys. Isomolar, who to rank 3? Nick or Aegon? Both awakened, Aegon at Sig 100, only done one path in Abyss. That's tough. Well, let's see. Follow-up question, Isomolar. Do you have a Sig 200 5-star, Aegon?
Fair. The answer is yes, I would 100% go with Nick, personally.
Yeah, same. Because I have Aegon there, and that's why I personally wouldn't do it, but there's definitely an argument for it. Dreamin says it's not tough, Nick is way better. You've also finished Abyss, dude. And you're a very good player. Oh, no 5-star Aegon? Oof. Okay. We're back to it being a hard call. I mean, short-term Aegon's gonna help you more, but as Dreamin's pointing out, long-term, while I do think that Aegon has applications outside of Abyss, like Vega was saying earlier, Nick is the stronger champion.
Oh, for sure. Like, I don't mind Aegon terribly for shorter form stuff, but I'm probably going to use Nick 10 times more than I would ever Aegon.
Yeah. Dreamin's mind is blown by the possibility of somebody not having a 5-star Aegon and having both Nick and Aegon duped as 6 stars. You and me both, bud. And yes, I am above 11k.
Whew,
I forget when exactly I passed it.
Did you see me trying to build up Apocalypse as an evade counter there? That was genuinely scary for me.
I actually did that yesterday in AQ. I got Mixmaster.
Oh yeah.
And I was doing it with both Corvus and Apocalypse. It was kind of fun. Seeing how often he would fail Mixmaster.
How'd it go? Were you able to get him all the way built up, or?
I think I got him to like 70.
And at that point, they just didn't evade anymore?
I ran out of fights before I could get it any higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard to get to 100. I got to 90 once.
I was just scared that Spider-Man was gonna. I wasn't gonna be able to react quick enough to an evade. I think I only got to like 50%. I also wondered if I made a mistake in bringing Cap in there, though. But I really wanted to bring him in, and this is where Apocalypse's like sig ability would be really nice. I mean, I'm not going to sig him up just for incursions, but with his prestige being as good as it is, I don't know. I like him. I like him a lot, and saving money or not money, saving resources on pots would be nice. Let's see here. I'm just jumping into the chat. That's part of why we've got DL on the call here too. And I know you've been keeping up with it, so thank you. But who should rank type AA or CGR? That's a totally what do you need type question, in my opinion. Both great, just do really different things. And when they work, they are amazing.
Yeah. Do you need damage or do you need to turn things off?
Yeah, especially if you can get Archangel to a high sig, right? Being able to turn off the nodes and that sort of thing is a big deal.
Let's see.
Eclipso says I pulled 6-star Winter Soldier twice before I got the 5-star. Not happy. Well, then I hope you get a Killmonger, because Winter Soldier is not a bad dupe to have. He doesn't need it, but he's a fun champ.
Let's pull the Egyptian.
I've been trying not to talk about him.
Oh, I know he's there.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Hear no evil, see no evil.
Like, we'll just pretend he's holding very still. You can't see him.
I know he's there.
Wrong blue skin dude, Vega.
I'm just trying to decide who's more beneficial to take out. AA was easy. You brought him in way too early.
Yeah, I see that was where I was like, I think I made a mistake, right? Because I was like, oh, I'll just make him a horseman, and then, but he's so good even when he's not a horseman. Like he doesn't need that, you know.
Yeah, regardless if you'd have brought Apocalypse in with him or not, he was coming out immediately.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Rank 3 AA. Oh yeah, no, he gone.
Yeah, that's just a light switch in the game.
Yeah, super gone.
Jay says, landed 6-star Doom. Congrats, Jay. Ask for advice on the best Mystic option for an initial Abyss run. Unawakened Doom, 5-star Doom, or Sim Supreme, Sig 20. I think Dreamin' is definitely right with the conventional wisdom there that Sim is more efficient, mainly because of that Venom the Duck fight. You can do the Venom the Duck fight with Doom fairly efficiently, and I personally like him better for other things. So I don't think it's a critical distinction, but Sim is probably the
quick question. It'll be the next zone 8, that we'll see the Ultron drones again, correct?
No, 10.
Every 5.
Every 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jay, it's just the Venom the Duck fight is fairly difficult for Doom. It's not that it's like he doesn't work, you just have to balance a lot of things and pay close attention, and it's not a standard Doom fight. Whereas Sim just, most likely turns off the regen.
Last time I brought in Aegon, it was a really big mistake. Let's see if it is again. Yeah, I think I'm already regretting it.
Dreamman says as soon as Thing hits Sig 200, he's gonna sell his, or he's gonna ask Kabam to get rid of his non-prestige R3s so that he can fight only with Thing.
That's why I don't like doing the backdraft intercept. I mean, I know the light, it should be fine, but sometimes I just don't react fast enough. Like I really
that
just
was a light.
Yeah, like I really just don't, or maybe I'm doing it incorrect, or I don't know. But yeah,
No, that's there is a risk there because obviously with a medium you charge and you're committed, but with a light the risk is that you should have time to block or evade.
Yeah.
But depending on animations and your reflexes.
I think it's that. I've become very comfortable with that. I think it's my reflexes.
Yeah. Mine are feeling slower sometimes too.
But I didn't want to take a bunch of blocked hits,
Yeah. Oh, hey Rob. How's it going? Rob Hop is here. Fury is nice for Invisible Woman, but definitely not necessary. I think I did her with 2 revives. The trick is you just need to heal with Aegon, and then just intentionally eat all of the power stings before they expire. Or you can have Resonate unlocked and pretend that the fight isn't even there.
Contest Eclipso is here. What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Rob, thanks for coming by, man. And Jay, thank you. Man, I am on the ropes here. This is not looking good.
Yeah, well, I've gotten magic next, so
Eclipso.
So that's saying, sorry, but that's the strategy that we're talking about. Is like as soon as I brought in Aegon, I was like, I didn't even really think about trying to make this difficult on work. I was going to try to build up Aegon, and then I was bringing him in for a champion that was like 40% health. Then I was going to get work. Like it was just one of those things that compounded. It was compounding harm, I believe. And so, yeah, this is interesting. All right, go back for it. Thanks, DLL.
Yeah, sure thing. Eclipso was saying, what do you think of Seaton potentially demoting him for not being good in the end game? Are you talking about Fury or Thing? I'm not following Eclipso.
Were you guys talking about Aegon? I could see it being a question about Aegon not being usable in like Act 7 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it would be the wrong move for all 3 of them, personally, but...
I actually used Aegon. I think it was only for 1 or 2 paths in 7.1, but I did.
Yeah, I definitely used him at least once. Oh, hey Zillium. Sorry you didn't get the notification. Thing. Oh, Thing is definitely useful for endgame content.
oh yeah.
It's not just Incursions. I mean, now Civil Warrior's joining the party, but before this he was the only person immune to Nullify. I mean, he's a lot better, in my opinion, if you have the Torch synergy, because then you don't necessarily need to throw specials to ramp up, and you can keep his stacks up and keep him at protection at 100%, but... yeah. In my opinion, anyone who says that Thing is not useful for endgame content is simply not that patient.
I'm still always surprised when people just think he's defensive, or his Sig is only viable for defensive uses.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I mean, there's not a counter tactics node in War anymore, so it's not like as obvious, but he has places.
Heard bad. So bad.
Yeah, she's ridiculous. Who'd you use on her?
Torch.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring AA because I thought he might leave cornered up.
Oh yeah, that would be dangerous. Magic is one of the
And I
only.
could throw the pre-fight on to get around
Yeah.
cornered.
Magic is one of the only people in Incursions that makes me go, well, guess I'm bringing out Quake.
I thought about it very briefly. Very, very briefly. But the thing is, like, if I died with Quake, then it was a wrap completely. Unless I just try to blitzer with Nick from that point on.
No, for sure. That was probably the right move.
And then my boss, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Eclipso says with the full Fantastic Four synergy, Thing is far too strong. I feel immortal playing him. Well, that's the thing. You need the Fantastic Four. I feel that needing 4 of the same class balances those guys out. Because with the full synergy, I maintain that Reed is basically a better Void. And we all know how good Void is. I mean, they're just really good when you have all of them. But you have to have all of them. Oh yeah, Vega, Rob was saying, he says, not bad, had my first ever Elsa death in war today, so he's a bit down. Apparently the defenders were running unfazed. I hadn't really thought about how rude that is for Elsa yet. Paul clarified Seaton demoted Thing, but gave him a new tag for cheese. Yeah, I think that's a mistake. Because I was telling somebody on one of Vega's recent streams, I've never used the Thing cheese team. I still consider Thing a very useful attacker.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually brought that team in once to anything. The whole, like, full, like, champion synergy and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's bonkers. Rob says Thing is slightly less boring to use for attack than Quake. Yeah, he's not the most entertaining person, but he is good.
Do you ever completely misread a node and be like, okay, I got to play around this, and then you realize in the fight that you misread it and it's completely beneficial to you that you misread it?
What was it? The special lot?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have special one the whole fight, and so when he was gaining power past it, I was really surprised, and I was like, I'll just roll with it.
Oh. Dragon Man with Protect on Arc Overload and Vigorous Assault. Who's the best? I mean, you gotta stay out of his way either way.
Who's going, Vega?
I forgot to check, buddy. I'm sorry. Let's get rid of Corvus.
Let's see.
One of the few people who's not upset when that's because I.
That's right. As soon as you went into that, I was like, oh man. But I was.
Oh no! I can't use Corvus anymore.
Oh no! You're so sad.
Yeah, Benito, I figured Dreamin was going to mention Torch. Torch is good for Dragon Man in a lot of places. If you want to, like, completely turn off the problems associated with him, Claire would also be quite good on that. You could actually even use Claire even if you get hit out of the gate, because then all 3 of his buffs will be gone and you can go to town. Although I do not recommend that. Oof. Usafa's coming for you, Vega.
What?
Says, do you ever completely misread your cell coverage while on vacation?
Yeah, it's funny you ask. That happened to me recently. It's a really great story. I was told that I was gonna have great cell reception all weekend, and I didn't at all. And my BG mates did not suffer because of it at all. Yeah.
That almost happened to us with JT, actually. He was really worried for a while. I think he tried to get into the game for like 15 minutes in a row, and then like a half hour later we got a text where he's like, I found a corner of the house where it works.
It's scary stuff, man. It's stressful, right? Because you're like, there's people relying on me. And I kept telling my wife, she's like, you seem so stressed. I was like, because I just need to let them know. I'm like, they'll figure it out. I'm going to tell them to remove me from the alliance. Like, I feel badly, but at least they'll know and they can do something about it. Otherwise, they're just going to be sitting there waiting and hoping that like I show up.
Yeah.
And she was like,
letting people down
okay.
is the worst feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Benito, in my experience, I mean, definitely no suicides, but I have only had Torch trigger protect on heavies. And I forget what boosts I was using. But if you were just using, medium, light, medium, you're probably fine.
Well, that's not the T4CC I wanted.
Fortunate.
Nor is that. Oh my god. Both of my 2% were missed, or were mutant again. I'm gonna have 3 mutant cats and nobody to use it on.
So I'm gonna be really ethical here, and I was gonna go back and check the nodes, but I see you've already moved to your node, so I'm not going to recheck them. To see like what he's bringing down, because I think I am removing a champion here.
Yeah, that's a good move on your part.
Yeah, I should have said, hey, I might be removing someone, so don't go, or something like that.
Yeah, I know Dreamin' and I played pretty fast and loose with that, and I definitely chose to not look at a couple nodes a few times. I don't know if Dap was watching ours, but if so, he probably got a little frustrated with us.
Yeah.
He'll live.
Yeah, exactly. He'll live.
Eclipso's starting a fight. Says Doom is overrated, and immediately we get all caps, hey, hey, hey. Or maybe that was a joke, for something else, I don't know. I do think Doom is slightly overrated by some people, or very overrated by some people, but that doesn't take away at all from how good he is.
I mean, there's some people that overrate any champ.
Yeah, I mean, you and I, Work, have had that conversation about, like Elsa. I think she is simultaneously underrated and overrated. It just depends on who you're talking to.
Absolutely. It's kind of like the same thing with like Sentinel.
Yeah. He's not a god. He's not as good as Warlock, but he's very, very reliable.
He's not completely useless just because Warlock exists. If you have Warlock, cool. But if you don't have Warlock, don't ignore Sentinel.
Right. For the record, Darkhawk isn't useless because Warlock exists either.
I don't think so at all. My only gripe with Darkhawk is the synergy with Night Thrasher. It's random as far as like what mode to start in. So you don't get the one you want. Well, sucks for you. And then you have to get all the way to Special 3 before you can really start doing anything with him. If you don't get Null to start out with.
Yeah, or if you don't get Stealth. I actually prefer starting in Stealth because you don't have to worry about their power. And then you
Yeah,
can
that's true, 'cause
get to
they
the
don't-
L3 and swap.
They don't gain power for crap when you're in stealth.
Yeah. What was the... Oh, yeah. I actually think if Darkhawk was released today, my guess is that he wouldn't have that synergy with Night Thrasher, and instead he would have probably like a persistent charge that allowed him to spend them in a pre-fight to turn on the various nodes, or the various modes. Because I think that would be kind of interesting, is if he like gained a charge per champion knocked out, and then you like the armor mode cost 1 charge, the stealth mode cost 2, and null cost 3. The other problem is he kind of needs Sig 200. Yeah, Dreamin' exactly like Sorcerer, but given how strong his null and stealth modes are, I don't think he would necessarily get them back instantly the way she does, because it doesn't cost her anything. Hey Shadow, how's it going? It's DLL work and obviously Vega.
I think I may have just. I think the term "screwed yourself."
Well, you didn't do me any favors, I can promise you that.
Really? Okay.
And I'm not allowed to give advice, so I have to be quiet.
Yeah.
But I am curious as to your thought process.
Not really thinking through the defender at all. And I couldn't remember the nodes.
Rob says Elsa is a top champ for very specific circumstances, above average otherwise. Well, I think that probably does fit with Sentinel. Because I think Sentinel is very good for a few fights, but
so not good.
otherwise above average. Oh, you got an Arcus. Arcus can be ugly.
Got Arcus with spiked armor.
Yeah, I remember thinking I might be leaving you a brutal fight, but
It wasn't great. What was it? It was spiked armor, some other stuff. It was just bad. I survived, but barely.
oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that was actually one particular matchup I was thinking about with the hood buff. He is now going to be very bad against Arcus.
Yes.
Sabby Singh says, "What are your thoughts on the Civil Warrior buff?" I think he looks good. I mean, the kit was kind of like Punisher 2099. I think the kit when he came out was interesting, and they clearly tried one thing with buffing him that didn't quite work, and now they're trying another. I think he looks promising. I do think it's kind of interesting that they dropped the ability accuracy reduction per armor up, but now that he's immune to nullify, I think that's probably the right call.
You guys are going to see me be frustrated.
Yeah, it's a hard fight.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm trying to not stun him at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that I didn't take it easy on you, that one either.
Yeah. Eclipso, I agree. Elsa and plus Tigra is a very fun team, and it makes Elsa a lot better. Especially as an evade counter, because the cold snaps overlap completely then.
Oh, man.
And I think you're touching on why people say she doesn't need to be high sig, because she doesn't need to be high sig for most matchups, but obviously it helps with that subset. Yeah, I get your point, Rob. Sentinel doesn't have a few things that he can do that nobody else can do the way Elsa does.
Nice run, man. That was fun. So what should I have done? Who should I have brought in, do you think?
Omega, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Claire.
So that was the thing, as I couldn't remember the notes. I was thinking Claire, and I couldn't remember if I needed a pure dual immune or not. And so she was my I think the big mistake was bringing an Abomination too. And I think Cosmic Ghost Rider could have maybe done it if I didn't mess up the L1 evade.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, because I mean, you could have gotten through the biohazard and just played around fight or flight.
Yeah, that's what I was. But so do you think the smarter play would have been to go ahead and parry stun?
Probably, because you get 10 of them.
Mhm.
Well, actually, more accurately with Cosmic Ghost Rider, you probably get 4 or 5 of them. But
Because eventually the armor breaks would count too, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
But
maybe
I tend to parry. Yeah.
Well, see, he also
I kind
started
of
that
treat it
fight
as limber.
as 20% at 20% health. So I was kind of
Yeah.
concerned about blocked hits at some point too.
Yeah, if you had had Cosmic Ghost Rider at full health, then I wouldn't have been at all worried about you. But that just wasn't a lot. And
Yeah.
the attack values here are really high.
Yeah, Claire actually would have did you really well there because you could even manage the health with her L2.
That's what I was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh man, that was fun.
And I really like using Claire against Taskmaster because once he goes immune, everything gives you a charge.
Yep.
Deep.
And power.
Oh, that's a really good point. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool. Hey, speaking of Claire, have you guys ever used her SIG ability to like up her damage? Are you guys aware of this?
That's what Eclipso and I were talking about earlier. You're talking about, I guess it's a bug.
Is it though? Because I could swear that I can't think of his name. He's a content creator. He doesn't put stuff out anymore. Talked about like actively using it as a way to increase her damage.
Well, her L3 does double the potency of all of her curse effects, which is why, like, when I play her against Mephisto, I will intentionally spam the L3 and then like go into an L2 and then build up back to the L3. Because the L2 can do an incredible amount of damage. And if you throw an L3 at high charges and then can make it to a blood L2, you'll heal an insane amount.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just part of her base kit. But it sounds like what Eclipso is saying is that if you have her duped and the death immunity triggers where she heals, that becomes permanent.
Yeah.
Okay, Trick says it's not a bug, it's been a thing. Those are not equivalent, my friend. Just because something has not been caught yet does not mean that it is okay and that it's not a bug.
AA stun and stun immune fights, Claire and Morningstar both healing off Champion when he was in his last phase.
Yeah, Magic's Power Steal, Blades bugged healing. There have been so many things that over the years that Kabam has let go for months and then taken away, and people get mad because they think that it was part of the abilities.
Yeah.
Well, just to be was it devil's advocate or other side here is, they're just typing this out, right? They're just typing this out. It's really easy when we're on the other side and we can like totally speak and say all the things we want in detailed. But that also it could be right. I mean, she's been in the game for quite a while. And I'm going to look for this video now. I cannot think of the name of the content creator.
Calypso was saying it was Kingslayer. I have the video up, but that came out like last week.
Yeah.
That's probably not who you're talking about.
No, Kingslayer. That's what refreshed my memory on it, though. Kingslayer definitely put that out. What's up, Iron Patriot? And what's up, Trick and Rohan? Thanks so much for stopping by. Man, I'm going to look for his video. And here, I'll look for it now. I mean, we're sitting here talking anyway. Unless you guys need to go.
No, Calypso says there's no reason to take it away. It's not OP and works for her kit. Well, yeah, it works for her kit.
Yeah, that's not how it works, though.
It works for her kit in a way by taking away a key disadvantage that they decided to build into an ability. And that's exactly the kind of thing that they take away. That's like Blade's healing when eventually it didn't cost power. You could say, well, you know, it's built into his kit. You just have to block enough and then it becomes free. But that they built in the drawback of it costing power and the bug took it away. This to me feels like that. I mean, I have my issues with Claire's Sig, but I don't think that would be I don't think leaving that and making it official would be a good fix.
Did you guys just get that really loud in your ears?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to be able to watch the whole video right now. It's about 18 minutes long. I used to really like this guy's videos, and I'm pretty sure he goes over this in the video itself. If he doesn't, I apologize. But the guy did a great job with stuff. So if you're interested in Claire, I think it's worth checking out regardless.
That was a good one, Meta. The actually indestructible Killmonger.
Oh, that was
hilarious.
I loved that.
Variant 1 just came out. That was still going on, wasn't it?
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Cheese Variant 1.
Yeah, I know it's just putting my opinion out there. They shouldn't fix it. Yeah, I don't think if this is technically a bug, I think just leave it alone. It doesn't seem like it's not like she's gonna be crushing Abyss or something like that because of it, right?
Well, I mean, she's not gonna crush Abyss because Abyss punishes her high hit count on her L2. But the problem is if you leave something in like this, if the next one is timed again, more like Labyrinth, then she might crush it exactly because of it. And I guarantee you they're thinking about that.
Yeah. Well, I will never know. But yeah, you're right. You're definitely not wrong. That's for sure. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Condi Burger. I guess we'll close it down. I got to get to work. I got to finish up some work stuff. That was so much fun. I want to do it again right away. But
they're great.
Yeah.
I'm definitely down for more of these for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'd love it. We'll do this, and I learned so much. The one negative, and I'm noticing this, and I'm doing it in war, so it's just a matter of me getting used to it. Is the stuns are so much longer when you're not in war, right?
Yeah.
And so like I'm doing this in war now all of a sudden where like I'll parry stun and I should just go immediately into the heavy, but I'm throwing a medium first. I don't even know why I started doing this. And of course, you know what's going to happen when you throw a heavy after you throw a medium. It's not a good idea. Dreamin', next time to pick on someone your own size. Me? Pick on someone my own size? Who would that be? Who would that be?
I think he's talking to me.
Oh, got it. Yeah, work. You picking on a poor little guy like me?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
Vega's got such a huge disadvantage to me.
Massive, unfair. I hope you're proud of yourself.
He's got at least 3 more rank 3s than I do, and so,
what we made it to what? What was this room?
8, I think. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, and that's where I think DLL and I think that's as far as
about right.
Yeah, I think that's where DLL put me out, and I think it was on this fight too. Remember, because I charged up Aegon at least a little bit in one fight, and then it was the second fight that it went bad. So hey, consistency is key.
I don't remember where. I think Duster and Liza and I said I think it was like 9.
Really?
10.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. Appreciate it as always. Hope you had fun. I know I had a blast. And thanks, Work, and thank you, DLL. And do you guys have anything you wanted to add?
Nope, that's it.
All right.
See y'all next time.
Cool. Yeah. See everyone soon. Take care.
All right, guys.